Some good values.
A lot of values.
So I think we want to do this maybe once every month at the beginning of the month on a Friday. And obviously we want to hear from you guys as well. What would you guys want for like next topic? Is there maybe something specific you like us to focus on and so on? So we just kind of want to build this community so we can kind of help each other, whether we have deals, some people have money, some people have whatever it might be, so we can kind of try to work together and see what we can accomplish.
Hello, my name is Fabrice. So journey started off, basically I used business credit to fund my real estate business. A lot of people use their jobs. Well, fortunately enough, I didn't have a job, which gave me a lot of time to put into my real estate career or my passion into real estate. So I utilized my older brother's credit profile and my family. We had tons of capital to use, and a lot of people would buy a car or clothes, but I decided to focus on real estate. We bought a rental property in 2023. Once we bought the property, I used the business credit. I didn't use any of our capital to renovate the property, which gave us some nice equity in the property. Once we renovated the property, we were able to get some tenants, and that's how I got into real estate on the property management side. So we had that going, and then I met a man named Kelly, which is a very profound real estate agent in the state of Maine, and he helped me get into real estate. It took me about a year to get my license because I was very distracted, but once I've focused and cut all my distractions off, it took me about a month to get my license. So then once I got my license, I decided to hang it up at a brokerage, learned a lot of lessons, and I switched over to Keller Williams. Once I got to Keller Williams, it just kind of took off for me. I was more focused on just learning the basics. And I think he said this as well, not to be greedy about the money, but more about serving and bringing value. So I had to find what I was good at and what value that I brought to my community. And what that was is really teaching people about the benefits of real estate and ownership.
So I'm Trevor Rogers from Wyndham, Maine, like with this guy. I've actually been in sales for the past 2 years, and I quit my full-time job like 4 days ago to go full-time in this. And
Wow, yeah. Awesome, man.
It is so vast, like there's so many different areas and rivers, and it just like we were just talking about it. It's just real estate is huge, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you go up. So first is what do you want to do? You can be a mortgage lender, you can be a fix and flipper, you want to do BRRRR, or you want to be a contractor, you want to be a broker. Figure out what fits you best and how you can bring the best value in that situation.
At one point, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. So you can, listen to a podcast while you're driving, instead of watching a TV show at night, read a book, just get all the education that you can to help you get started.
yeah.
Like, not every deal is for people like me, right? I think you brought us a deal and we were looking at it. Andre came aboard. If you want to find that video, it's on my YouTube channel, John D. Luca, and it talks about flipping urban. And so we talked about it. For me as a flip, it was going to be a very tight deal, right? And maybe not the best numbers for me because I'm looking to flip it, right? But then somebody else can come and say, hey, you know what? It's not the same exit strategy. The exit strategy is a little different. Now you have somebody who can give you a higher number, right? We were still trying to make it work. I'm like, man, Naz, my numbers are very tight as a flip, and I know what kind of flips I take. I don't just take any kind of flips. It's gotta make sense for me, But there's a buyer that came in, and he's a buyer that is more like who's buying to keep the property, and he knows that even if he's not making a dime now, maybe longevity-wise, the asset that he has, and so. Which I'm very happy that he was able to sell a property and be able to make a profit, from that, sell the property and make a profit without me squeezing every dime out of him because he worked hard for that deal. So I'm very happy that you got a good buyer, somebody who is happy and you make money off of it. But this is an example of the kind of buyers, and God continues to bless you more because you just have that. You just putting the value out there for people.
And I know other people who are doing flips. See, if you're on site on your projects and you're meeting neighbors, they are typically eternally grateful to you that you are increasing the value in their home. So not only are you upping the value in neighborhoods for that and that buyer and that specific property, but now you're making everyone around you happy too and increasing the value of their properties. And it's a ripple effect, right?
How would you eliminate buyers from serious buyers to like people who are just playing around and to people who might want to buy but can't afford it or might not be ready to right now?
Expo guy, Trevor, get them on the phone, bro. Get them on the phone. Talk to these people. Like, that's the quickest way you can read somebody. And Trevor, I want you to elaborate more because this is literally what he does.
It kind of boils down to the questions that you ask and how you market the property. Because, I mean, you get a lot of tire kickers, but once you start asking the real buying questions and kind of the trial closes, like, all right, can you close with cash in 2 weeks? And they're like, yes, then all right, we got something serious. Let's set up a time to walk through the property. But then if they start hitting you with a whole boatload of questions that just are kind of irrelevant or trying to skirt other questions, you kind of can feel and weed them out pretty easily.
I'm so lucky to just build connections with them. You know what I mean? Back to what I said, your buyers are your partners. You're going to work with them again. So, like, treat them like that. Obviously, you got to protect yourself. If you sense something funky going on, first of all, you tell them, all right, I want to get you under contract and throw that earnest money deposit in there. And that usually starts. And you tell them, first of all, you tell them the situation. We're always very transparent. Like, this is a wholesale property. We are not the property owners. Time is of the essence. So you messing around with me isn't really going to make you anything. You're not.
Almost all of you talked about mistakes as part of your initial presentation. I think that must be a really important part of your learning journey. Can you each, or if any of you, I'm sure you all have one that would be suitable for sharing.
The mistakes and failures that I made, I'm not ashamed of them. Not taking it serious, not believing in myself is one. That's one of the biggest mistakes. Self-doubt will, make you lose time, and having distractions around me, that was a big mistake that I made as well. And not surrounding myself at first with people that want to have the same goals. Sometimes it's fun to have people that are entertaining, but when you're trying to reach a goal, I think it's best for you to really isolate yourself and focus on the goal until you reach it.
One of the bigger mistakes we had that we really learned off of was can't give people everything they want. You want to be the hero, yes. You want to give the person, yeah, I can give you everything in the world for your property. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to sell it, like, we lost a couple grand on some earnest money deposits. You know what I mean? We lost a couple thousand before we made any money, which was like, oh, that hurts. That hurts. So it's being patient and just understanding you can't make everybody happy.
Like, we have one right now in Springvale, Maine that is just completely run down. And this guy wants way too much money for it, and he's offering up his excavator, and he's trying to owner finance, but it's just, the numbers don't work. And at some point, we gotta be the ones to say no, knowing that we would love the deal, but if the numbers don't work, you're not gonna make money, and everyone's gonna be pissed off. You're trying to sell them something that won't work, so.
Or if you want to go home, you've had enough of real estate, that's also cool, So, but again, I want to thank you guys also for coming again, and I hope you guys got some great value from this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us all. We really appreciate you, Billy.
Thank you so much. All right. Wow. Awesome.